son was just in Hawaii for about 6 months. Now he's finally relocated to where the job is in San Francisco.
What is he doing?
He does battery tech, as an engineer.
I have a son who does jury selection.
Oh,
When he left the East Coast, this job was and he told Charles and me that he was moving west with his wife, who knew she hated snow. He figured she'd run out.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
My name is Rabbi Sasha Bacon, and I am excited to be joined tonight in leadership with Cantor Amanda Kleinman, Pete Malinverni on the piano, and WRT's president, Warren Haber. So because prayer is not just an individual experience, at least not all the time, because it can be communal, we would love for you to turn to your neighbor, to your fellow prayer, ask them how they're doing, say Shabbat Shalom, and see if they're going anywhere for February break in the next 2 weeks. And if you came with this person, find someone you didn't come with. So I hate to interrupt the amazing discussions going on, but tonight we want to welcome you all with blessing, with our tradition of blessing warmth and light. And we hope to, as the sun sets, as we light these candles, create our own light, creating sparks of holiness in ourselves, opening our eyes to joy, to finding our own freedom. So we are excited to call up to help us do this, Carly and Neil Rubin, for our candle lighting.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Shabbat Shalom. We'll continue now on page 648 with the words of Psalm 96, Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, sing unto God a new song. These words seem maybe a little bit ironic because every single week we sing these same words about singing to God a new song. But the Psalms of Kabbalat Shabbat are actually meant to be an opportunity for us to reflect on the week that has passed and to think about what it is that we want to take with us and what it is that we might want to leave behind. And so perhaps each week we sing the new song of the week that has passed and the Shabbat that we hope to observe together. Page 648.
I will sing unto
We turn now to page 138 for Lecha Dodi to welcome our Sabbath bride, singing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. Page 138. If able, we remain standing and return for our call to prayer to page 146.
Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Page 148. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam of the sun. You unfold the heavens with brilliant moon and stars and wrap our souls with peace. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bifaro mariv aravim bechokma poteach she'arim. Baruch atah Adonai Hamariv Aravim. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Throughout our liturgy and the Torah, we are reminded God took you out of the land of Egypt. So let us now sing Mi Chamocha, turning to page 158, Never Forgetting.
Mi Chamocha, Va'elim Adonai, Mi Chamocha, Nedar B'Kodesh, Norah, Tehilot, Osei, Felech, Norah, Tehilot, Osei, Felech, Malchutecha, Ra'u Banecha, Bokei Hayam Lifnei Moshe uMiriam, Ze'eli, Anu ve'ameru, Adonai Yimloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai Yimloch le'olam va'ed. ונאמר כי יפקד אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. Page 160. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace, and raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu shomreinu lechayim. Hashkivenu Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu shomreinu lechayim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu shomreinu lechayim, lechayim, lechayim.
An intention by Alden Salovi. God of mystery, thank you for the gift of this day, for the one ending and the one about to begin. Help me to see the moments and the hours, those already past and those to come, as blessings, as teachers. Guide me to service for your name's sake. Grant me comfort and rest, so that I enter the new day with a sense of joy, hope, and peace. Then, God of old, I will become a source of love, a beacon of wonder, awe, and grace. Page 162.
Veshameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. השמיים ואת הארץ Open my eyes to truth, open my hands to give freely, open my lips to good words, to pure words, open my heart to love. Open my eyes to truth, open my hands to give freely, open my lips to good words, to pure words, open my heart to love. Adonai sfatai tiftach, ufi yagi tehilatecha. Open my lips to good words, to pure words, open my heart to love. Adonai sfatai tiftach, ufi yagi tehilatecha. Open my lips to good words, to pure words, open my heart to love. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, ve'Konei Hakol, ve'Zocher Chasdei Avot ve'Imahot, u'mevi Geula livnei vneihem, leman Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshia u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah Rav le'Hoshia, Mashif haruach u'morid hagashem, Mechakel chayim bechesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato lishenei afar. Michamocha bal gevurot, umido melech, melech memit umechayeh, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman atah lehachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kdoshim bechol yom yehalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
We take time now to pray silently, either with the meditations of your heart or with the words of our Siddur, and when you are ready, you may be seated. So tonight, we find ourselves not only on Shabbat, but also on the eve, or at least for people who have little ones, on the eve of February break. So our minds might be consumed with excitement for rest, for release from work and from our seemingly endless obligations, or at least we hope they are. And yet this brief oasis in time is juxtaposed with Parshat Mishpatim, whose teachings on the surface appear to impose limits on our freedom. This parsha details a litany of restrictions we are admonished to observe by presenting punishments for non-compliance with strictures Moses parts to the Israelites. Can you tell that it gets legal, all the legal jargon? And these edicts are intended to discourage us from engaging in behaviors like harming others, damaging someone else's property, stealing, and praying to gods other than Adonai. Perhaps this juxtaposition and the constraints cataloged in Parshat Mishpatim have been passed down from the birth of our Jewish journey in the desert to remind us that law and order, the preservation of rights through the recognition of responsibilities, are necessary not only for the maintenance of a functioning society or to create an Emmy Award-winning TV show that has captivated our collective imagination for 22 seasons, but also to follow true freedom and equanimity as our Pledge of Allegiance echoes in justice for all to be made possible. So let us first consider law. While the Israelites resided in Egypt, they were slaves, or so we are told. The Hebrew word for Egypt is Mitzrayim, which literally means constriction. And it conveys the bondage inherent in slavery, that one is constrained by the will of somebody else. In the second verse of this week's Parshat Mishpatim, we are introduced to the word chofesh. This word means being free, very dafka, intentionally free from slavery, free from obligations toward one's owner, as in free from debt. And if you read the e-blast, you can see that Rabbi Blake spoke about that a little this week. Immediately after this liberating concept in Mishpatim, however, we read about limitations that accompany being free from slavery, limitations that animate the rules which govern a so-called free society. Some of these laws and the penalties for their breach include the proscriptions: one who harms or insults their parents shall be punished. One who kidnaps shall be punished. When someone damages the property of another, the transgressor faces negative consequences. If someone steals, they're punished. One who sacrifices to multiple gods is what? Punished. One who oppresses the stranger, the widow, or the orphan. One who spreads false rumors. Punished. Does this sound like freedom to you? Really, does it? Maybe, yes, maybe no. Freedom, when I say freedom here, I mean the freedom to do whatever we want. I imagine most of the Israelites fleeing slavery felt maybe constricted by these limitations. So why does the Torah associate these laws with freedom? Perhaps because these mandates offer people a different type of freedom. Not necessarily a freedom to do as you or I please, like receiving a blank check, which we could all use, but a freedom from fear, a freedom to exist, a freedom to simply be, giving us new insight into what it means to be a human being. We might dream of what it would be like to live completely unencumbered in a world without rules, a world in which every week is February break. But how practical would that be? Because we live in a society where other people must live also with the consequences of our actions. Rules, as stifling as they may sometimes seem, can allow everyone to feel free from harm, to feel a sense of protection, sheltered not only by God's figurative wings, but also by the mutual aid and protection of God's earthly emissaries. This covenant of laws feels painfully relevant today and more necessary than ever, given the recent shooting at Michigan State University, which I can't shake out of my mind, and the thousands of previous mass shootings we endure or we hear about year after year in America. Although people are free to pick up arms in our country, this easily abused freedom can leave the majority of our fellow citizens fearing for their lives and the lives of their children. If unchecked or unregulated, this freedom to worship the shrine of self-defense can continue to limit the freedom we all enjoy to peacefully coexist. So we considered law. Let's now consider order. And I don't mean order in the sense of legal stipulations, but rather as in Seder, like a Passover Seder, order of the way we structure our time, the degree to which we clean and organize our surroundings, the manner in which we complete our tasks. Similar to the ways in which laws can feel restricting, order of time and space can feel suffocating, as if it acquires more of our time and effort. But in reality, Jewish tradition teaches that order can create for us even more free time to do as we please or as we need. And it can declutter not just our spaces, but also our hearts and our minds. Perhaps for this reason, in Parshat Mishpatim, the subject of order is addressed right after the topic of laws. Towards the end of the Parsha, God says, "Here are the 3 times in the year in which you shall all hold a festival for me. On Passover, for 7 days at the set time in the month of Aviv, on Shavuot, when you reap the first fruits of your harvest, and on Sukkot, at the end of the year." In his book, Everyday Holiness, author Alan Marinis tells a story bequeathed to us by Rabbi Aaron Kotler. Rabbi Kotler taught that practicing order in time and space replicates the deep pattern of organization in the universe, the order we see in every aspect of creation. And because all of creation runs on orderly principles, the Torah, which embodies the blueprint of the world, is orderly as well. The opening chapter of the Torah describes creation as emerging out of primordial chaos. God ordered the world with heaven and earth, light and day, land and water. Our Musar sages teach us that external order affects the inner self, helping us cultivate peace of mind. So the order you create on your desk, in your car, with your clothes in your closet, with your finances, or in your calendar is not just good time management or being organized, but also promotes our internal spiritual work. Consider Marie Kondo's method of tidying up. Raise your hand if you've used it. Okay, some of us. This method of tidying up is about clearing our homes of the items that do not serve us, that do not spark joy in our hearts, allowing us to create inner calm. So even though law and order may seem contradictory to unfettered freedom, confirming and restricting, Parshat Mishpatim teaches that in actuality, law and order can and should liberate our sense of freedom. The freedom to live in peace, to focus our time and energy on what is most important, and to become efficient in our works, both practical and spiritual. So we think of that efficiency, that order, and we turn now to the peace, the order of our service, where we think of those who are in need of healing, in mind, in body, or in spirit. So as I gaze across the room and my eyes meet yours, please feel free to recite the name of a loved one aloud. Today, WRT is also sending healing in mind, body, and in spirit to Jennifer Leventhal, Jeffrey Millman, Stephen Gilberg, Sylvia Broder, Yochanan Ben Sipora, Judy Balsam, Leah Bat Nina Bat Benjamin, Rachel Bracha, Ashley Norfleet, Tony and Gina DeLappa, Matthew Atwood, Anthony and Elizabeth Dankner, Deborah Kapnick, Nicole Shusey, Andrew Goldstein, Ken Master, Paula Cohen, Chava Batsara, Eliyahu Chaim Ben Fradel, Sheila Freed, Malka Tzipora Bas Rachel, Tamar Bat Malka, Deborah Greenfield, Heschel Meir Ben David Achana, and Jenny Kaufman. We turn now together to page 371 for the Misha Berach. Rise for the Aleinu on page 586.
Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, lateit gedula leotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, velo salmanu kemishpechot adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, וגור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד.
Your memory is my keepsake, with which I'll never part. Though God may have you in keeping, I will always have you in heart. As we remember our loved ones, we rise in the following order. If you are in a period of Shiva within 7 days since the death of a loved one, please rise. If you are in a period of Shloshim within 30 days since the death of a loved one, please rise. If you are in a period of Shana within 1 year since the death of a loved one, please rise. And if you are honoring a yahrzeit, the anniversary of your loved one's passing, please rise. At this time, we invite the entire congregation to rise in solidarity with our mourners. Today, our WRT community is also remembering those taken from us in recent days. Melissa Baton Caswell, daughter of Jill Spitalny Baton, wife of Lee Caswell, mother of Lainey Caswell and Cass Caswell, and sister of Blythe Baton Witt and Amanda Baton. Jordan Evans, nephew of Allison and Ben Friedland. Arthur Shear, father of Ronnie Mason. Sheldon Simon, grandfather of Stacy Mayer. Harold Prest, grandfather of Jessica Caplet. Lisa Schneider, aunt of Mark Koch. Benjamin Tyson, father of Julie Tyson, husband of Natasha Tyson, and brother of Esther Picard. Patty Delville Meskin, mother of Mark Meskin. Merrill Volpe Rouse, daughter of Frank Solomon, wife of Pascal Rouse, and mother of Francis Volpe. Robert Waldbaum, father of Nicole Moser. Roberta Friedman, wife of Gerald Friedman, and mother of Wendy Friedman Tush and Gary Friedman. Roy Pachowski, husband of Elaine Pachowski, and father of Gabby Elfand and David Pachowski. Tonight, WRT is also remembering those whose yahrzeit is marked over this Shabbat. Sylvan Beck, Daryl G. Berman, Patricia Kaplan Bowen, Shirley Del Borgo, Abraham Dranitz, Jerry Frankel, Michael Friedman, Estelle Fridkin, Philip Friedman, Robert Friedman, Michael Gardner, Ann Gadoff, Ruth Goldberg, Juliet Goldsmith, Milton Goldstein, Ruth Gottfried, Sandy Greenberg, Harold Gross, Rose Jareski, Leon Katz, Sidney Cohn, Rose Levine, Ann P. Levy, Aaron Lichtenstein, Marvin McCormick, Hannah Miller, Irene Moore Corman, Sarah Narvaez, Harvey Nova, Janet Perloff, Benjamin Pike, Harriet Pichon, Moselle Pollock, Edith Richmond, Carol Robinson, Libby Root, Louis Rosenberg, Wilhelm Rosenzweig, Chester Ross, Renee Rubin, Anna Rublin, Rosabelle Rutstein, Felix Safian, Nora Schick, Josette Schnetzer, Oscar Schur, Deborah Smith, Israel Strager, Wolf Temkin, Charles Weinberg, Harry Weinstein, Lillian Weiss, David Weiss, Renee Werner, and Francis Lee Zelikovsky Horn. If I have inadvertently mispronounced the name of your loved one, or if you are remembering someone whose name we did not mention aloud, please feel free to recite their name now.
Betty Weiss.
Together we turn now to page 598. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah, ba'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'yimru. Amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mivarach le'olam ul'almei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dikudisha b'rechu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran bi'alma v'yimru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael, v'yimru. Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael, v'yimru. Amen.
Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imeru. Amen.
And now for some announcements from Warren Haber. Thank you.
trying to save paper this evening. I'd like to thank Nancy Michaels for greeting us this evening. Thank you so much. As normally, Torah study tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. On Wednesday, March 1st at 9:30 a.m., please join us for Isaac Sonnet Assor's Cantorial School Senior Recital. I believe there'll be transportation provided. What? No transportation.
But we'll be letting everyone know which train we plan to take if people want to join us.
We'll have a train that we will all take together. Purim Laughs with comedian Ariel Elias on Monday, March 6th at 7 p.m. And Friday, March 10th and Saturday, March 11th, we'll be installing our own Rabbi Sasha Bacon, featuring our scholar-in-residence, Rabbi Larry Hoffman, PhD. If you haven't heard Dr. Hoffman present, he's amazing. We also have 2 phenomenal WRT trips coming up to Israel for congregants 6 and above. Please feel free to join us. Shabbat Shalom.
We will conclude our service this evening on page 142 with the words of Shalom Aleichem. There's a Jewish teaching that says that every Shabbat there is a group of angels that visits every Jewish home, and if that home is prepared for Shabbat, then those angels offer us a blessing. And the legend actually inspired the words of Shalom Aleichem. And the song concludes with the words, Seitchem l'shalom. We invite those angels to go forth in peace. And so as we go forth from this sanctuary this evening, we wish upon ourselves all of those blessings bestowed upon us by those angels. Page 142, please rise.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharein, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seichem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron le'maseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila le'mikra'ei kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim, ki vanu v'acharta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, ve'shabbat kodshecha, ve'ahava uvratzon, hinchatanu, Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat.
So you can either wrap your arms around someone, or you could pretend there's one of those little angels between you, and they're wrapping their arm around you.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.